What's up, y'all? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be talking about braking. I've got 3 different methods of braking and my reviews on each one. At the end of the video, we're going to talk about my top 3 things to consider when you're braking. Yeah, if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, go ahead, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment for me. Trying to get to 500, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. And just really appreciate all the support. So let's get into it. Let's get into the first review. I'm going to be reviewing Instagram, eBay and YouTube, and then whatnot. And then at the end, we'll kind of give you a little bit of a summary and go from there. One of the coolest things I think that the hobby has today is braking. It's a great way for you to get into a product that you normally couldn't afford. There are a ton of products out there that are really cool, but they're just so expensive. Like, I don't want to pay $750 for a hobby box of Prism football if I'm really only going after like Brock Purdy, right? So without further ado, let's get into it with a little Instagram break. Guys, be real careful when you do this. Instagram, social media, it's a tough one. You know, you can see the package got damaged on the way there, the way to my house. You can easily get scammed. I mean, I'm probably never going to do another Instagram break. You can kind of tell when someone's trying to scam you on social media. One thing to look out for is they'll create a false sense of urgency. They'll just hound you. They'll be relentless. They'll be like, "Hey, look, man, this deal, it's once in a lifetime. Come on, let's do it. If they're pushy, dip. If you get a bad vibe, dip. You do not need to do business with that person. This guy was not pushy at all. Usually you can also see, like, they will probably use incorrect grammar and spelling. You know, it's probably like a call center offshore or something where people are meeting to actually scam folks. So, you know, watch out for those 2 things. I didn't catch this, and I went into it, hey, I might lose money. So I paid $20, I think, for this. I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was $20, maybe a $5 shipping. It was like a 4-box hobby break. And I bought the Astros. And the guy was super cool. He threw in a free relic. He threw in this Jose Altuve out of 199. I think that's a Top Series 1, maybe? Top Series 1 relic. Which is pretty cool of him to do. Let's take a look at this thing. All-Star Break, Top Series 2, yeah. So that's awesome. I do not have a numbered relic of Jose Altuve. I mean, that numbered relic there is, you know, that's a $5, $10 card right there, so that's great. Okay, so $25. Instagram, you know, it's a risky venture. We've got Marwin Gonzalez. Is that numbered? Yep, numbered out of 67. All right, that's pretty cool. You gotta love a numbered card. And then a Kyle Tucker rookie. Okay, so you know, let's see the video. If you look at the video, the negatives here are, aside from the risk of being scammed, is the production quality. And I got to give this guy a break. He was a really cool dude. He's got some great cards. He's trying to get started, and he gave me a good price. I mean, I think for a hobby box break like this, you know, and whatnot, would have been a little bit more expensive. But you know, he gave me a good price. Also, there's no protection for you. If you pay for something over Venmo or Zelle, or I think PayPal will give you some protection. PayPal will give you protection, and Venmo might give you some if you click that little button that says goods and services. But if you buy over social media, you have way less protection. And so it took a while for this package to get to me. And that's because it got sent back to him, and he emailed me or messaged me and said, "Hey man, your cards just got back here. I said, great, just give me the tracking for it and I'll make sure it doesn't happen, or I'll drive somewhere and pick it up at the airport or distribution center, post office. And he was like, and we kind of like, he didn't argue with me, but he was like, oh, I was going to send it PWE, which is plain white envelope. And I said, but I paid for bubble mailing. And he goes, yeah, you're right. No, I get that. All right, yeah, I'll send it bubble mailing. So you're responsible. Like in my mind on eBay, if you sell on eBay, you're responsible for the package getting there. End of story. I've had packages that get lost by UPS, post office, whatever, and I have to pay for them. I usually insure them, which is another thing we can talk about. But you don't have any protection. That's the big negative, is obviously production value. It's less regulated, but you don't have any protection. The positive here is that you can find deals. There are a lot of deals out there. There's just kind of a high risk, high reward situation. I would not do this again. I'm probably not going to do this again. Actually, after this break, he stopped breaking. And we talked about it a little bit, and he said, I'm in college and I wanted to do this on the side, but it is so much work and people are super particular about it. And, that's kind of the name of the game, right? People in the hobby are generally pretty particular. So he stopped breaking after that. I think he could have been a fine breaker. But he just he would probably have to work on some things and get some things going. But all in all, I think he did okay. All right. I want to talk about YouTube and eBay. The eBayer is Chomp Breaks Live. And I think Diamond Dave was my guy. Great operation from what I could see. Lots of reviews, thousands of positive reviews on eBay. What they do is you buy a team on eBay and then they break on YouTube a few hours later. It's usually that night. They have a pretty well set up operation. So I paid, I think we can look into it, but I paid $49 for a Topps Chrome 2-box Megabox break. $49 for the St. Louis Cardinals in this break. I was going to go for the Astros and the Cardinals. The Astros went for $28, which I said, you know what? I don't really want to do that. I think I'd rather just stick with one team. So I decided to go in on the St. Louis Cardinals. I really wish I had done both because the Astros had 3 autos in this mega box set. Okay, so right off the bat, this is a great packaging. You got bubble mailer, you've got cardboard on either side. Let me show you the cards. Again, it's like $44 plus $4.99 shipping. You bid on it on eBay, and then they give you a link. The link is in the description, so if you want to watch, even if you didn't win an auction, you can watch. This was the first break I've ever done on YouTube. I was very skeptical, so let's see how we did. All right, a Goldschmidt showing off the front, and a refractor Goldschmidt on the back. That's great. Okay, so good packaging, good protection. So that's $20 right there. Got a Lars Nootbaar. He's looking pretty good in the World Baseball Classic. Japan just won. Got a Nolan 1987 35th anniversary card. A Yadier Molina refractor. We got a Nolan Arenado. I think I might have put this out of your view. Sorry. And we got some base here. A base Harrison Bader. A base Yadier Molina. Base. Wow, these cards are in very good condition. Very flat. And then a refractor Paul Goldschmidt. So really cool personalities. One of the things I liked about him, and I should be playing for you the video right now. If I'm not, start it now. But you'll notice that they have multiple camera angles. And I really like that because trust and transparency is key when you are looking at breakers. Make sure you find a breaker you trust. I have seen some sketchy things, and I've heard of some other sketchy things happening. So I loved that they had multiple camera angles. The speaker was engaging. They moved very quickly through the cards. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like Adam Wainwright, John Lester. If you're going through a mega box, there's a ton of cards in there, so you really got to move through quick. I mean, he's going through them like this, right? He's moving through quickly. So really like that. The price was great. I mean, you can't go wrong. Buybacks are still going on. So I've still got, this is $60 worth of buybacks. I paid roughly 50 for this break. So definitely came out on top a little bit. Didn't lose any money. Newt Bar, I might actually send him off to PSA if he's got no print lines or anything, just because he's doing so well in the World Baseball Classic. And then, I might do some team bags with these refractors and such, and I need to see if I'm missing any in my complete set. But so I think with eBay and YouTube, the thing that you're going to get the biggest pro for me was the trust and the safety. It is very nice to have that protection from eBay in case, like, they didn't send me the Paul Goldschmidt refractor, in case, they never broke, right? If in case something else happened, right? Or the shipment got lost. The only downside for me was the clunkiness of it. So, and I know it, right? Like, I knew what I was getting into, but it's sort of annoying to do something on eBay and then have to switch over to YouTube. But again, eBay protection, the years that they've had doing this, building up their fan base, building up their rapport, their trust with the hobby, that's far and outweighs the negative aspect of having to jump from eBay to YouTube. But again, read those reviews. Make sure that you're getting someone who can be trusted. Okay, and this is the Whatnot break. The Whatnot break managed to get this package out of the rain. I'm gonna peel this bad boy open. And what a timely time for me to talk about Whatnot, considering the recent Retail Kings scandal. Okay, so this was a Topps Chrome 6-box blaster. I got this because I figured, hey, I was gonna get cheaper cards. I didn't want to spend all the money on like a hobby or something. So, oh yeah, and there was a hanger box. A hanger box of Series 2023 Series 1. So all in all, I mean, I bought, it was a random team break. I got one team, I think I got the Mets for $1. I ended up buying the Astros because the Astros are who I wanted. And so all in all, I spent like $50 on these. And this is probably one of the worst breaks I've ever had. Nothing against the breaker. The breaker did a great job, but you just can't be held responsible for what comes out of those boxes, right? So I think I got like the Mets, the Astros, the Twins. Who else did I get? We'll find out. Let's go through these. Whatnot, I like Whatnot. I think it's fine. There's just anybody can go on there, and there's risk in that. There's risk in any old person picking up their little Jake Myers rookie, a little pink Bregman. That's pretty cool. There's risk in just anybody going on there and trying their hand at it, trying to see if they can do it. It just doesn't really work out that way all the time. Oh, we inserted some. Oh yeah, I got the Detroit Tigers as well. Got 3 Jake Myers Chrome rookies. Ridiculous. So let me tell you about the worst break I've ever seen on Whatnot. I was just, in my early days of breaking, I was trying to stay as cheap as possible. And I saw this guy, and he was getting hosed. He had put some product on there, and oh, nice Riley Green rookie. That's good. Put him over here. He was getting hosed. I mean, there was probably like 2 or 3 of us in the chat, and we were getting these teams for like $1. I don't remember the exact. Wow, we got 3 Willie Castros out of this. Jeez, I don't remember the exact product, but he was getting mad. He was getting like, not the guy. Not, keep in mind, this is not the break I'm talking about. The break that you're witnessing right now, this is a totally different guy. But it was the worst break I've ever seen. And he took a box off that people had already bid into. And he was like, I can't put this on here. I'm losing money. And people started laying into him, and he put it back on there, and he sent me the cards that I paid for. I watched the whole thing because I was afraid he was going to scam us. He ended up not scamming us, which was great. So there's risk. There's a lot of risk in doing this. So be careful. Trust and transparency. Oh, I also got the Cubs. Are huge for huge. Trust and transparency are extremely important in breaking. There's nothing more important than that. If you can't have trust and transparency, then you can't break. And I think it's timely because of what happened in the Retail Kings break, where the guy stole that downtown. If you want to learn more about that and hear from the owner's side of the story, he ended up firing the guy, and they're looking at legal charges. Go ahead and check out Sports Card Nonsense's podcast. They interviewed the owner and wow, Max Kepler. Okay, we got lots of Max Keplers here. They interviewed the owner and walked it, and he just kind of filled him in on what all had happened. So, if you like that kind of stuff, check it out. I love the episode. I think it was really eye-opening. Is that a refractor? No, it wasn't a refractor. But yeah, with breaking, there's just a lot of risk that you take. So yeah, you're looking at these. There's nothing crazy in here. $50, definitely not worth it. Oh wait, hold on, we got some of these. All right, so we got the Prism refractor, that's pretty good. We got a Pete Alonso, Heart of the City, that's pretty good. A Miggy, Heart of the City, okay. A Zach Short Prism. All right, so not my greatest showing, but hey, I'm doing this for the educational purposes, not to win. I really liked this guy that I broke with. I'll try and find his name and throw him up while I'm talking, but all in all, great personality. I felt bad for him because he felt bad for us, and he felt like he kind of did us a disservice, but he didn't. Pros for Whatnot are it's all in one spot, and you are protected to an extent by Whatnot. The negatives is anybody can get on there, right? And so Whatnot, they banned the guy that had stolen the downtown, right? They banned the whole company, actually, which is good for them. They should do that. They need to take a stern hand on those kind of things. So you get a little bit of a protection that way, but there's always risk. The downsides to Whatnot are it can be confusing. It can be fast paced. If you don't know the rules, some breakers have like ridiculous rules, and you can get screwed. You can walk away with nothing. And so you got to really know what you're getting into, pay attention to the rules, pay attention to who you're breaking with. All right, so those were my 3 experiences with breaks. Instagram, you can find some great deals, but it's really risky. You no protection. eBay and YouTube, great established breakers there, lots of reviews, great protection by eBay, but a little bit inconvenient to go from eBay to YouTube. It just feels clunky. And then Whatnot, all in one place, very convenient, some protections, but also risky because you may get a bad breaker and, you may get your card stolen. Nothing insane out of these breaks. The best card I've ever hit out of a break was the orange Yordan Alvarez refractor out of 25 auto. My favorite card. My favorite card in my collection. Okay, so now that we reviewed my breaking experiences, let's go over 3 rules that will help you hit it big in breaks and not get taken advantage of. And please forgive me, I'm getting over a cold, so sorry if my voice sounds a little off. First things first, you have to trust your breakers. Watch your breakers first. See how they act, see what they do, see if they've got relationships with people in the chat, if folks are coming back. Some breakers have very complex rules, so it'll be a good opportunity for you to understand those rules, learn how things are played, and come back and be a master at it. Read those reviews, do your research on your breakers. Sometimes companies will have multiple breakers, so it's important you understand who you're breaking with. And along that same vein, trust is very
easy if you're protected by the platform you are using. So consider using platforms that offer buyer protections like eBay to maximize the trust that you have in the process, not just the breaker. The second piece of advice I'd offer you is to really research your checklist. The last thing you want to do is buy into a break looking for, I don't know, a Jeremy Pena autograph, only to realize that Jeremy Pena is the only rookie in the class who doesn't have an auto in that checklist. Yes, that's happened to me. Or in some checklists, there may be only one card of the team that you want. And so you've got to understand what's in there, what the possible hits are. That'll also help you guess what's a fair price, especially in pick your teams. And my final piece of advice is just to slow down. There's no rush. Don't rush in there. If you rush into a break, you're going to make mistakes. There will always be cards. There will always be breaks. If we keep throwing money at bad breakers and bad processes, they'll just keep doing what they're doing. And slowing down also allows you to set a budget, stick with it, not get caught up in the hype, not get caught up in that dopamine hit, that pulling of the slot machine lever, and that'll help you not get taken advantage of either. So if you trust the process, you trust your breakers, if you redo your research, and if you just slow down and be smart about it, then you'll have a lot of success in breaking. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you next time.